Hello, hello. Coaching Journey with Jola here, Jola Pypno-Crapanzano, with my brand new look, guys. Just pay attention, and this is all for a reason. Welcoming my beautiful friend from sunny Portugal, from Lisbon, Carina Bernardino. Welcome, Carina.
Thank you, Jola. Thank you for this opportunity. And hello, everybody.
It's so good to have you again. I need to make this special introduction. Carina is not only a fellow coach, trained with NLP and other areas of coaching and helping people on a deep level, but Carina by choice is also a hairdresser, an unbelievable hairdresser, which you will learn on this actual show. You cannot miss it. So if you are a woman, maybe just let's address this to women. I don't know how men go about this, especially the one that have no hair. But if you're there, you may learn some unbelievably cool stuff about hair. But Carina also is a co-author of our amazing book one. And again, at this point, I'd like to thank all of these amazing authors and Miraf, and just being so grateful for being a part of this. Thank you so much. Carina, so officially welcome to my show.
Thank you. Thank you, Jola. And thank you so much for this opportunity to be here and to be allowed to contribute with something for you all.
Yes, so I have to tell you, Portugal is one of my favorite countries. I visited it a few times. Many years ago, I went on a like a pilgrimage around the different holy places in Europe. I was to work as a tour guide, so I had an opportunity to go through, Lourdes and Spain and Avila, and I ended up obviously in Fatima. We went through your city, through Lisbon. And recent visits were to your amazing islands. So one of the best vacations I had was in Madeira. And this past summer, believe it or not, I took my son on his graduation trip to Azores. So we visited Fayal, Terceira, and São Miguel. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. Your people are just amazing. I love everything about Portugal. Obrigado.
De nada. Obrigada a nós.
Anyhow, so guys, I put this question mark with one question in my stories today. What does hair has to do? What does hair have to do with personal development? Good question, right? I actually got inspired asking these questions from the interview that you had with Miraf, and I'm bringing it up because I was part of the live when you were doing this. And I tell you guys, if you're watching this, do not walk away, because you may actually get some unbelievable tips today. And who knows, if Carina is generous enough, maybe you get what I got. Well, listen, it's called a makeover, baby. It's not what I did. This is not a makeover. This is a makeshift trying to look original for my princess. But I will show you later on what she came up as a makeover for me. But let's go back to the beginning, right? Or actually, before we go to the beginning, how are you today in these difficult times? How are you doing with this whole pandemic happening and everything else?
I am extremely happy. I am extremely busy because I have a lot of projects going on. And I am loving this time at home, so I can really work, because before this time I was working 10, 12 hours, and I got home and I was to work and I couldn't have things done, really done.
Carina,
and now,
Carina, I feel you, I hear you, I do it all. Same here. For over like fourth week now, I'm a full-time, I was still 4 weeks ago full-time employed, and this was coaching was my like part-time job. Always praying for some little extra time to do these things. There was never enough time. And now I get to talk to so many amazing people, do more coaching, and simply just immerse myself in all this stuff that I love so much. So I 100% understand how you feel. Great. But how about like a situation? How is the quarantine going for other people? Do you have any restrictions on the street out there? Can you still go for walks and stuff?
yes, we can go for a walks with our dogs, or just a little hygienic walk around our house.
Got it.
But this weekend we cannot leave our state. I don't know, it's a state, is or perimeter.
Like a region, maybe district or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like our region, we cannot go because this is Easter. So many people goes to the family to the middle of the country, so we cannot do that.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Same here, so churches already closed for many weeks. They actually closed public parks in my state just 2 days ago. So we were able to go to beautiful parks no more. Now we're still allowed to go for walks outside, but like on a street. And it's crazy because I live in the suburbs. I sometimes don't see any people at all, even though there's houses around here. But I 100% understand, because people are just reckless. People risk their lives. Well, anyhow, so thank God you're good. Thank God you're beautiful and happy. And I'm really, really, really thrilled that you're here. So now we go to the basics. I just want to say hello to our viewers, because I usually fail at this. So today I try to be good girl. So see how we're doing here. And how are my friends joining us here? I'd like to welcome everyone who's here on the show with us. We have few people watching. Thank you, guys. You're so sweet. Yeah, please, please, please introduce yourself. Where are you watching from? What's your name? And if you're watching this on a replay later on, you can also drop us a line underneath replay. We'll really appreciate it. We'll catch up with you in a little bit. So Carina, talk to me about the past. So I learned that at 13 years old, you lived in a small little village, right? And you knew that you want to be a hairdresser. Yeah, a lot of things, a lot of kids actually at this age make plans. By Dale Carnegie, 2 books. And the whole thing started rolling. Tell me about all this. So how you started your career, how you started with this personal development. It's fascinating.
Thank you. I have always been very sensitive person. And as I grew up, I didn't quite adjust or felt understood by others. And then when I was 16 and my father loaned me those books, I started to understand, oh, we can understand human behavior. What is going on in the mind that makes the behaviors? And I always wanted to study human behaviors, why we do what we do. So it all started, and I was amazed with that vision, and it opened me up. And I never quit personal development and studying and understanding how the human mind works.
Yes.
It was always my thing. I want to understand how human mind works. And what made me go for hairdresser was because I wanted to see people happy.
Aww.
And in that way, I could understand so much, and I learned so much with the clients, with their stories, with their learnings. And I love to speak with older people, because tell me, what was the one advice? If you could give me one advice to my life, what would you say to me? And talks like this, and just listen to them, and it's amazing to see
how
someone.
Amazing, right? You could write a book just from people telling them the little one secret. What made you happy? What made you your most successful? What was your happiest day of your life? Because listen to this, if you put all this knowledge from others in one place, you create this base, like almost like a treasure chest of unbelievable stuff, right? Like right now I am reaching out to women across different social media platforms, and I'm asking them all kinds of different questions. Sometimes it's a personal development question. Sometimes, like today, preparing for this call, I said, you know what? I gotta get myself into the mind of self-care, of beauty. So I threw myself actually spa day at home. I did like really awesome spa day. And then I realized, you know what, Jola? You cannot get a haircut. You can get a manicure. Well, guess what? Haircut, I'm not gonna experiment at home. I just make a braid. But the manicure, I really didn't know how to take a gel off. So I sent the message throughout the platforms, guys, how do you take the gel off? It's been almost 3 weeks. This thing is not pretty anymore. How do I do that? Oh my God, the women are amazing. They're coming out with these self-help tips how to do it at home. And I will actually create a little manual now after this, and I will throw it out there so everybody can actually learn from this, you know, because we can share it now. And having somebody amazing like yourself, you know, that's what we do. We just spread what we know. But you did it. You took it to the next level. So not only that when you talked to your customers, your clients, you learned from them, but also you were also trying to make them feel better, right? Because that's the whole point. You said you want to make them feel happy. And who doesn't want to have a beautiful hair done by someone else, not yourself even sometimes. Sometimes if it's just say like a nice treatment, spa, massage, nails, manicure, pedicure, All these things make us feel good. So tell me about this.
I saw the opportunity here because when somebody comes to the salon, people usually talk because they say we are psychologists. We
Yeah.
do hair, but we are psychologists. So many people talk with each other, but they don't really give value to the talking.
Yes.
So if a client comes to me and she's starting to complain about something in their life, I can add value instead of saying, "Oh, it will pass. Don't worry," like most of people do. They
Yeah.
don't really listen because they are there on the place of their work, but the mind is at home with the problems. And we have to be present with what are we doing and what about the human being that we have in front of us.
Yes.
Because I used to say the client is more than just her hair.
Yes.
It's a human being.
Yes.
So
You
why
know,
do we just focus on the hair?
yeah, what you just said is crucial piece. Listen, you can gain the greatest influence on someone's life. I actually just talked to a client the other day how the greatest influence sometimes happens at the dinner table, like just by listening. Focus, give that person your attention, be present, focus, like be in the person's head. Wow, magic happens, right? So these people come, not only they get pampered by you, but also they have the confident. I call it like you, the psychologist, you're the confident. They come, they feel comfortable. Like when I go get my nails, I talk to my nail girl. She knows everything about my family, and we have this awesome. I don't consider this as like a confession, but it's just nice. And then yet some people come, and because they know that they can get help from you, they will actually tell them the problems, right? It is so big. I love it. That's so good.
And one hairdresser has a huge power to really help people. So today I am teaching hairdressers how to do the right questions, how to listen, how to communicate, how to understand the human being. So
Yeah.
I'm teaching this to hairdressers so they
Yes.
can fully empower and
Yeah.
help clients.
And this is now another valuable tip I want to bring up right here, namely, for people out there who are entrepreneurs or who are running their own businesses, we often try to, thought leaders, for example, we try to like serve masses. And then it's so valuable to actually pick the niche that, that you are working with a specific group that you so understand, right? Like you know exactly what these people thinking. They exhausted after standing on their feet for hours. They just like and then yet you created this massive a course or program for them that you teach them how to retain 99% of those customers, how to really get the most out of them, how to be actually not just person that cuts the hair but also so much more. Such an amazing thing, Carina. I really think it's beautiful. So you said something really cool in the book. I believe it was of one of the interviews that I was listening. You said that it took you 36 years to understand how this all operates. So tell us, what did you learn? Because, honestly, sometimes it takes a year, sometimes it takes a minute to listen to somebody who figured this out in 36 years. So pay attention, my friend.
Oh my God. It took me 36 years to understand that all is inside of us. I learned a lot of things with all my life, but it's all inside of us, and everything is okay right here, right now. Everything is okay. Even when someone died, someone is sick, I'm not making money, but I'm okay, right? So
So
I don't know if it was
important to
that thing.
hear
I
it.
don't.
So important to hear it right now with all this drama, the global crisis happening. Here is this beautiful, positive, optimistic soul from Portugal coming at you, my friends. Listen, you have no control over it. By you worrying crazy, by you going out of your mind, nothing's going to change. You're just going to get yourself sick. Stay focused on what you can control. Go get a bath. Take a nice relaxing bath. Listen to a book that will help you, put you in a better state of mind. Watch something that's positive. Disconnect from social media that is putting negative shit in you. Disconnect from news that will pump you with negativity and drama that you won't be able to sleep at night. Positive people, positive, uplifting messages. and understanding and trusting that you are okay, right?
Exactly, because it is our choice. I can choose to watch TV and suffer for something that I have no control over, and I can stay 24 hours suffering. But what will it make to my life? It's not going to improve my life to do that. So I choose to focus on the positive things that are in my control, is what I do with my time. And how do I want to feel? And I do the things that make me feel how I want. I want to feel good.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's a choice.
Yeah.
The way we are, our results are our choices by
Yeah.
what we choose to do.
Yeah, I want to encourage anyone who's watching this right now. If you come up with questions regarding, what we talk, or simply strictly hair-related question, you got yourself a girl on the call, guys. Take advantage of it because she'll be gone in a little bit, and that's it. Done. No, just kidding. You can always reach out to her as well. But the thing is, you got her life right now. That's an opportunity really to ask those questions. So, Carina, when people come to you, and again, that question comes from the interview I listened to when you heard earlier, but that's a very valuable question. People sometimes come to you and they ask you, oh, I would like to, let's say, get the purple hair with this streak going on down here. I'd like to do this and that. What do you do? How do you approach your client? And how do you evaluate? Does it happen that you actually refuse a certain service? How do you explain it to a client? So tell me about this, because that was something that we could actually argue about, right?
Exactly, because sometimes people women don't feel good about themselves, and they want to change their looks, but not always. It's the best choice for them. So it's my responsibility as an hairdresser to understand how is the psychological state of the client. So and to do that diagnosis, okay, I see how it's presenting, and I can ask something. What is going on in your life?
Yeah.
Imagine that someone is blonde and comes to the salon. I want to do my hair black. And
Yes.
oh my God, some major change is coming.
Yes, you notice when people go through some crisis in their life, they usually want like dramatically change everything. Or women
Always.
tend to change hair color through seasons. Also, let's go blonder in a summer, let's go darker in a fall. Ta 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 ta. So there's all kinds of relation to how we feel, how everything around us goes. But sometimes, like you say, these decisions are made by something that it's almost on the impulse. It doesn't necessarily mean that will really serve that person. This person who can very much, regret this
Regret
decision.
it. Yes.
So what do you say to them?
I usually ask why does she want to make that change, and I start to talk to the human being, not about the hair. What is going on in your life? What's happening? Why do we want to do this change? And if I see that it is ecological, she just wants to change, that's okay. But if I see that she's running away from pain instead of going towards pleasure, if it is running away from pain, I won't do it. I will not do it. I will not leave
Coach come
someone
in, that person who
for
really
two.
cares
Yes,
about the human. Mm-hmm.
I don't. I refuse a job for two reasons. One, I see the person is not emotional aligned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and two, if I'm going to ruin the hair.
Got it. Got it.
Okay, if the client asks me something that I know, because my mission, I am a hair doctor. So if I'm going to ruin the hair, I will not do the service, because that is my name. She's
Yeah.
going to ruin the hair. Oh, Carina did this to me. Oh, I know. I don't do that.
Exactly. So it came this time, my friends, and I want to check if we have someone watching this right now live. But I would love to show you something really interesting, guys. So I have this picture. So Carina did evaluation for me, and just by shape of the face, if you are her client, she kind of goes into how you look. And check this out. Let me see if this will look how beautiful image she picked for me. Can you see it well? I hope so. So I want to say that this is going to be next vision of me. As soon as I love it, I absolutely love it. As soon as some sort of salons are open again, I'm going to, fix this, because obviously this is already a couple inches too long. But what I want to also say is that I want to thank you for that. That was great. That was awesome to have that makeover based on, shape of your face. You just went through so many years of, and then you also do makeovers based on what's here, right? Like for people that you work with longer time.
Yes. Yes, when I know people more, I know the style of the hair. If it's more romantic, because if you are more romantic, you will like more curly hair. But also what I try to do is to understand. Remember the question I made you. How is your hair naturally?
Yes.
You said to me it was wavy.
Yes.
So why do you have always to be straightening your hair?
Years and years of straightening. Exactly. So that was, how that made me feel amazing, that you found the hairstyle that goes with naturally me. Like my mom for years, why are you straightening your hair? Your hair is so beautiful, wavy, da 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 da. And I'm like, because I love it straight, but at the same time, now that you showed me another way of wearing it wavy but loving it, so that's it. There's this thing in the book, I believe. You try to combine the beauty of an inside with the beauty of an outside. Isn't it everything? Like if we really can live that way, like in alignment with who we are without faking anything. Like, how many times young girls in school try to copy other people. They all, let's say there is this trend, all of them are wearing now black hair and put some, piercings in the hair, or maybe do purple hair or green hair or whatever. That's not even them. They try to, mock up someone else. And, it's like this in life. Once you start comparing and pretending you are not yourself, someone else, where you try to, just copying somebody else, nothing good comes out of it, unless it's a role model that that will improve your life.
Exactly.
Following that kind of person and, role modeling on somebody like that, not copying, but role modeling. It's two different things, right? So, yeah, that's really, really, really cool. So
let me just grab what you said. Sorry, Jola, let me just grab what you said, because you said that you love your look. Yes, because you are used to it. It is safe for you. But with this advice that I gave you, what is going to happen? You are going to do the haircut perfect for your hair shape, and you are going to accept and love yourself just the way you are. Imagine that. You are going to have less work doing your hair, and you are going to look at yourself. This is me. It's not made. So I love my natural hair.
But you know what? For this, I love what you're saying, but go look at this. Obviously, I wasn't born with that color, right? So I've been coloring my hair for many years now, many, many, many years. I almost forgot how my natural color is and I feel great with this color. Does it mean that if I don't want to go to because my natural color is really that mousy, not a special color, right? So I feel happy with this color. I don't want to go back. Does it mean that I'm not going to accept myself the way? So yeah, at least the how you call it, the structure of the hair, right? The way
I was talking about the shape. The shape of the hair, because if the hair is well treated, it looks beautiful. If the hair has the proper care, it's always healthy. So a healthy hair, it's very easy to maintain and to do. And to feel good about yourself with your shape of your hair, to take the best. It's in Portuguese. It's so much easier to talk. I know every word.
Listen, do not even attempt to talk any other language than English with me, because I don't think even I could not understand you. I say obrigado is the only word I know.
Boa tarde.
Anyway.
And good afternoon. Boa tarde.
Oh, gee. Here she goes. Anyway, Carina, so This actually brings another topic. Obviously, like we say, we cannot, if we don't have a skill, I would not advise at least. A lot of women right now will be cutting their children hair. It's a little different story. Boys, do a buzz cut, or if the girl have a bangs, maybe attempt without going too high up, cut girls' bangs and stuff like that. But generally, there won't be much hair cutting going on right now in this situation. However, you point out something very important, the self-care. That if you treat your hair well, right, if you put, maybe like I did today, a little bit of Moroccan oil in it, you can do other things, put some, try to maybe let go of hair drying, maybe air dry it for a few weeks and see if the hair will, just like that, the self-care, right? Like I was saying, I needed my spa day so badly today. I feel like a newborn person because we need it all. And yet, when this service is, rendered to us all the time by other people, we get so used to it. And then, once in a while, we got to do it ourselves. Now, this is the time. So self-care, baby, self-care.
Self-care is just as simple as you use good products always. And you should do always one nutrition mask every week, and you leave it in the hair for just 10 minutes or 20 minutes. The way I advise to do it is, when the day you choose to do it, you shampoo your hair, you wash your body, and you water it all, and you get out of the shower. You dry with a towel your hair, so the water
Drip.
don't
Drip.
in Portuguese I know. So you don't have much water in the hair. So then you put the mask, you massage a lot, you comb it, and then you do like this, and you can use a transparent film from the kitchen.
Oh, foil, like a clear foil.
Yes, or foil, yes. And you put all around your hair, and you go around the house for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. After that, you go to the shower and you rinse it off. Okay? And then always use a leave-in conditioner for you to close the cuticles of the hair, so it is protected if you use the dryer. And this is every week. And when the hairdressers are open again, you should always, especially if you have colored hair, you should do one reconstruction mask treatment per month, especially when we have color in our hair or shape treatments. Okay, so every week nutrition, once a month reconstruction.
Yeah,
always, so we can have
it's important.
healthy hair.
And honestly, I have an amazing hairdresser, amazing guy, amazing, but I don't do the self-care. I don't do much of that. I use the conditioner, obviously, but I don't do the live-in or nothing like that. So thanks for that. Thanks for the reminder. Sometimes, simple things, right? You need to be like, hello, are you doing this? Obviously,
that's basic. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
So
basic
Carina,
care.
if you could advise something to women right now, you obviously said about these simple things, but like from what you learned with your clients and what you learned from your own life, how would you advise to go through this difficult time from the self-care point of view? Like not just hair, but generally, what would you say is the best way to go through this difficult pandemic time?
Okay, I have an amazing tip. It's free. You can use your body, so everybody can do it. It's called one thing that we do since we are born until we die: breathe.
Breathe. Hello.
Breathe consciously.
This comes in every interview, right? Meditation, breathing, center, presence. So that's crazy simple, but so important. Just
so important. So I dare you to, let's try it, and let's make our viewers try it.
Okay.
It's just 4 steps breathing. Okay. We breathe in for 4 seconds. We hold it for 4 seconds, and we breathe out for 4 seconds. But this has a catch. You have to, when you breathe, your belly will expand because you are breathing to your belly, to the center of your body. So you really expand with the hair, your lungs, all of it.
Yes, so, I tell you, this is the square breathing. I love it. This is actually my favorite breathing technique. I remember when I was first introduced to breathing, that came to mind, and that can calm you down within a literally couple of minutes of doing this. square breathing, you can do 4 seconds up to 7 seconds. Sometimes they advise, or I've seen even one, it was, I believe, 7, 6, 8 or something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter what technique, practice them all. You can Google them. Like you say, they're free on internet. Breathing is free, air is free, still available, legal. Nobody restricts us from that. And yeah, you know, if we could do that, that calms our body, makes us feel full. And when we actually concentrate on breathing at the same time, we cannot think about nonsense. So that's how
we
this
are here
blends.
and now.
Yes.
Where is everything okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have another one I want to give you all.
Yeah.
I have to give you all this one. I don't know if you know, but it's we usually tend to accumulate the stress over
That's
here,
me.
right? On
That's
the
me. Oh
shoulders.
my God, that's me. My main thing is neck and shoulders. Yes. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me.
Okay, let's go. It's breathing. So you are going to inhale and you do like this. You put your shoulders up. And when you let go, it's like if you let go of a scarf. Real fast. Let go.
Oh,
You do
wow.
this like 8 times.
I've never heard. That's awesome. That's a good
Instantly.
one. That's right here. Those are
You relax.
literally strengths. Like, it's crazy how all my stress goes here all the time. Thank you, Carina. Wow.
Welcome.
Let's
You do this
go,
like
guys.
10 times, and you can feel an amazing difference and much more relaxed here.
And this is,
amazing.
you know, for now, for people who work behind the desks, in my high performance coaching, I offer advice people every 50 minutes or so. That's one of the high performance habits. Take those breaks, even if it's just 2 minutes for breathing, stretching. Now, if this is the problem, you're sitting with a computer or you're doing some stuff at home, you gotta get that neck going. So this is a brand new tool. Thank you. I'm so happy. This is how I love these interviews so much, because every single day I learn something new. Every day. And even if this is, you know, related to just the bodily function or mind function, doesn't matter. We simply can improve our lives on an everyday basis. Thanks. Great. Let me check if we have any questions from our buddies on watching us live. I do not see any actual questions, but that's okay, because people can always drop them on later on, right? Carina, tell me about, you touched up on something, it's very private, and if you don't mind, I would love to hear, because again, that's another lesson learned. You said that because you were the youngest person in a family, you felt like you didn't get that unconditional love, right? And a lot of parents, women, moms who are listening to this, maybe they have, you know, multiple children, and maybe they could actually get a positive advice from them, because it says that the second, third, fourth child, they don't get whatever the first child got. I remember because I have 2 children, so I remember when my son was born, I tried very hard making sure, because I love pictures, that everything that I've done for him, I've done for my daughter, I've done for him. Because the truth is, for the first child, you take about 10,000 times more pictures than for the second one, right? You're like, that. Well, I tried, knowing that already, do very similar things. And so when he says, oh, you never done this for me, I said, oh, no, really? Come on, let me show you. So yeah, this is the thing. So tell me, what was it that you felt no unconditional love, and what this cost in your life later?
Okay. This is resolved already. It was many events that my parents treated my sister differently than me. For instance, when my sister was sick, she had cookies and good food and Cerelac and things like this. I eat the steak and the rice. I didn't have any of that. But what I want to tell you is that the reason why my parents treat us differently, and I think I'm going to put many people thinking about this. If you feel you are not enough because your parent didn't give you enough love, because that was the result. I felt I was not enough. I wasn't good enough. That was the result. Yeah. But what I understood later was that because my parents always trusted me and saw me as an independent, and my sister, they saw it as more weak than I was, they give her more attention than me. Because I remember when I took my driving license, they didn't even say congratulations. And one time I asked my mother, why don't you didn't even give me congratulations in my license. And she said, but daughter, when it was your sister, I was praying all day, because if she failed, I don't know how would she cope with that. I was confident that you are going to go to the first time, and if you didn't, you are going to do it again, and that's okay. So
Yeah.
it's a question of trust
Yeah.
sometimes, and
And
we interpret it as lack of love.
yeah, and also I would say that just a matter of how you look at this, right? Regardless, as a child, you didn't understand it, but now it doesn't matter. You could have had a totally shitty childhood. Some children grow up without parents. And if that was a case that you really have to be showered with love and be just like this, always like the numbers, center of attention, guess what? Then people who didn't have a luck as children, there would be nobody, and doesn't mean anything, because there's kids coming from really broken families, kids from abusive families that are amazing parents that create magic in their lives, right? So it doesn't matter. It's easier. It helps. Like, I was fortunate enough to grow up and showered and bathed with like unlimited, oh my God, endless love for my parents. I
Good.
sometimes too would say, you know what, my brother gets a little bit more from my mom. And you know what? I now know why that happened. I'm not going to bring it up here, but I knew it, that I felt that sometimes she, almost on that order that you say, she felt maybe he needed it a little bit more. Let's just leave it at that. Like maybe he needed a little bit more of it. And I would then understood, oh, maybe she loves him more, or maybe, and yet later, years and years later, I understood, no, the love was unconditional, more than anybody ever could receive, you know? So it's just the way how we look at things, right?
Exactly. And it's a question of perspective, but it's a question of what we are expecting from others. We have to fill our cup always. And I have a view about this, because I believe that we choose our life before we came here, and we make agreements. And I have to go through some moments. There was one moment that my mother, this is strong, okay? My mother told me in my face, because we were arguing, she was driving, and I threatened her, stop yelling at me or I'll leave the car in walking.
Yeah.
And she answered me, so do it. I'd rather have a bad daughter than a daughter like you. And so, yeah, that hurt me a lot. But that was exactly the thing that I needed to hear at that time, to evolve and to grow. So I'm so thankful to my mother, because exactly, it's always, I could choose to be hurt with, of course, I didn't spoke to her for 15 days at the time. But
Wow.
then, wow, yes, it's many more things, but I'm okay, because our parents, my parents, they give me their best. And even now, they are giving me their best. They didn't have more. They didn't have a parents that hug them. So how am I expect them to hug me? They don't know that reality.
Yes.
If I
I,
want that from them, I have to teach them to do that.
yeah, I believe it was in another interview with one of our co-authors that we came up with this, that you may have some issues from the childhood, and only when you really, really, really think about this, you know, it's that person acted that way because that's what, you know, something maybe happened in their past and they don't know any better. They didn't spend that extensive time like you did on your own personal development to understand this. They didn't have it. All they knew is that we have that condition, the conscious mind and an unconscious mind. Certain things comes to us, we'll just absorb, and at certain time in our lives we can say, enough, now I need to see, you know, what makes sense, what doesn't, and we have that choice, you know. And it's always good to go with both, like kind of flow, not to just believe in one and completely ignore the other, but kind of balance this, you know, and see where we can get with it. So that's very important. Carina, I am very, very grateful for this conversation. You have this 3-step process that I actually heard at one of your little talks on your pages. I just don't want to mess it up. You advise like 3 steps for people to, how can you go to like rejuvenate yourself? So the first thing is the breathing, right? Or the centering yourself. Then is the breathing, and forgot what was the third one.
The breathing, the body position.
Yes.
And the other, I write so much,
you
Jola.
write so
I
much.
write
Yes.
so much.
Let me
And I
check
do
if I
so
can
many
find
things.
it because it was
Yes,
so
please.
good.
And it's smiling also.
Oh, no. It was this. There was the meditation, deep dive insight, and visualization, right? The three steps in this. I thought this is everything. And again, this is something that we advise also my clients in high performance coaching, that so important to visualize with vivid detail what you want in life. Like to the point that don't be afraid to dream those big, audacious dreams, but be specific. Like, be specific. Like, if you want, like, I was having a conversation with a client this morning, and she had this vision of her future, of her home, of the land that this home will be built on the cars, to the brand of the cars that will be standing in the driveway. Like, so vivid. It's going to be way easier for her to reach those goals than for someone that says, oh, I just want to live happily ever after, you know, because the universe listens to what we want. So visualize that beautiful thing that you want, right?
Exactly. I use those things so much in my life. I have 2 big moments. That was a time when I learned about The Secret. I was in debt. And at that time, I was not being able to pay that debt. And I found the Secret, the book, and I read the book and I started to applying it. And I started to say to myself, so say it until you believe it. I am financially free. I am financially free. I am financially free. So I would not say I am out of debt, because you are sending the word debt to the
Yes,
universe.
the word,
I am financially free.
the mind doesn't understand the no or don't. The mind hear only this. Be very careful. We have to be very careful how we formulate our thoughts, and the things, that the words are so powerful, right? We keep saying and repeating this. And actually right now I'm doing a challenge, a 7-day challenge with a group that I'm part of no complaint challenge. You know, don't take that victim mentality and blame. And guess what? It is so hard, because, you know, I was talking to someone yesterday and I'm like, oh, the person like, oh, the internet is so slow. Technically, it's a complaint. We're complaining internet is so slow. Damn it, we got that internet. Be grateful for it, right? And I do the same thing. I'm bitching and moaning because I can't go on live on Facebook. Come on now, really? So to really think about it, how powerful our thoughts are, and consciously not to complain for 7 days. Guys, I encourage you, try it. It is something else. You'll catch yourself. And at that point, the author of the book that I'm reading advised to do this. Just like slit your throat physically, like, no, you're killing yourself. Don't do that. You're complaining. No, that's it. And the same goes for those dreams. Like I advise, this comes from Rachel Hollis. She, and again, I love challenges. I joined on April 1st, this 90-day challenge. And so that's challenge that basically motivates me to daily movement, exercise, right, to eating. Like I give up one category of foods. Believe me, nothing crazy this month. Is just taking off chips out of my diet, because I love chips and all that stuff. I took it out. That's it. They're sitting in my closets, kids eating it. I am not touching the chips. Next month will be something else. One category I cut out. But by doing these challenges, you kind of like make yourself work on yourself a little bit. But one of the things every single day is the gratitude. Write 5 things you're grateful for, and write 10 very, very, very big, audacious dreams. Write them like they already happened. So again, that piece, don't say, oh, I would like to. Make it happen like it already happened, right? Like write it, I'm sorry, write it like it already happened. It's huge, 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 huge. So we hope that you guys
have to feel it as a reality.
Yes, yes. So Carina, I really, truly want to thank you so much for being here with us today. This was awesome. I will, when I get that look that you suggested for me,
I want to see.
I'd love to send it to you so you can like see. At the same time, I want to ask you if someone would like to perhaps get the consultation with you or some sort of work with you. Maybe you have some hairdressers working with watching us that I would like to learn from you your valuable tips on how to retain 99% of your clientele. They could maybe other service members, not just hairdressers, but other people who work in a service industry could learn from you. What's your social media handles that they can reach you?
Well, I have a website, www.insoulcoaching.com.
Very nice.
Thank you.
insoulcoaching.com. And on Facebook, you go as Carina
Bernardino.
Bernardino, right?
Yes.
So people can find you like that as well. That's fantastic.
Thank
Carina,
you.
thank you so very much.
I
You're
thank you.
you're awesome, really, really awesome soul. I hope I say that with every interview. I hope we get to meet in person, right? Because we just got a universe put us together on the pages of the same book, and we became an international bestseller. But I believe I said in my yesterday conversation, because yesterday I interviewed myself. It was me, and I'm also an author. So I talked about it. I don't believe in coincidences. Everything happens for a reason, and we were put on this path together for a reason, and I'm so grateful for that.
Me
Thank
too.
you very much once again. Stay safe and healthy, okay?
You too, and all of you too. Much love and light to the world, to every person that sees this. And thank you, Jola. Thank you. Much love to you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Bye, love. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.